Steve Scalise. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much for being here.
Good morning. Great to be back with you, Maria.
So tell us how this plays out. Are you expecting this to become law, this $1.9 trillion stimulus package, and what should be in it?
Well, what should be in it is a focused effort on helping families get back to work, opening up economies, again, more widely distributing the vaccine. Those are the kind of targeted things that Republicans have offered to work with the White House on. And for whatever reason, they've chosen to go it alone with the Democrat-only bill that really is just focused on giving more money away, including to failed states, something that hadn't been done in all the bipartisan COVID relief packages prior to this one. So, they're moving in this direction. But as Art Laffer pointed out earlier, just throwing money around, and not just a little bit. We're talking about $1.9 trillion, Maria, that they want to spend without a single Republican vote. If you look at what's still out there, there's over $1 trillion of unspent money from the previous COVID relief bills. What we've suggested to the White House is, why don't you focus on working with us to make sure that money is being properly spent to help people get back on track, to widely distribute the vaccine, not just 1 million vaccinations a day, which was the Trump plan, but let's ramp that up. Let's try to go to 2 million, have a bold plan to vaccinate 200 million people in the first 100 days. They don't want to do that right now. I'd rather see them focus the money strategically, and especially the money that's already sitting out there, $1 trillion plus that hasn't even been spent.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I mean, you're talking about, when all is said and done, I've been saying $5 trillion in stimulus thrown at an economy in about a year, with other policies that are also expected to stunt growth, if you will. Congressman, you recently joined over 80 Republican lawmakers in supporting legislation that would authorize the construction of the Keystone XL pipeline. The move coming weeks after President Joe Biden signed an executive order stopping the XL project. It's not just lawmakers speaking out, by the way. The president of the AFL-CIO, Richard Trumka, gave his take in an interview with Axios on HBO. Listen to this. Got to get your reaction.
I wish he hadn't done that on the first day, because the Laborers International was right. It did and will cost us jobs in the process. I wish he had paired that more carefully with the thing that he did second, by saying, here's where we're creating jobs. We can do mine reclamation, we can fix leaks, and we can fix seeps and create hundreds of thousands of jobs in doing all of that stuff.
Do you think Biden realizes that that was a mistake, that announcement?
I think so, yes.
So he thinks that Biden even knows it was a mistake, Congressman. Your reaction to what you heard from Richard Trumka, you wouldn't expect him to say that was a mistake, one of the policies of Joe Biden, but that's exactly what he said, because it's job killing.
Well, and here's a case where the head of the unions, Richard Trumka's exactly spot on. Unfortunately, what President Biden did starting day one was declare an assault on American jobs. He started in the energy sector with devastating moves like canceling the Keystone Pipeline, over 10,000 jobs eviscerated right there. But then he went after other things, canceling leases and permits on federal lands. That's going to affect almost every state, Maria. We're talking about millions of jobs that will be lost. These aren't jobs that are just going to go into installing solar panels. As John Kerry will get on his private jet and fly around and tell you not to fly on a commercial airliner. The hypocrisy of this is seething, but the devastating damage to America's industries. Energy, we had become energy independent. We were exporting our energy to other countries. And by the way, when you make energy in America, it actually emits less carbon, because the energy is still going to be needed to run our economies and others. It's just going to have to come from countries like Russia. So you've given a gift to Russia. They emit more carbon. To make it, we're going to have to import energy from those countries. How devastating a policy, and what a kick to the gut of hardworking families, the middle-class, blue-collar jobs that are going to be wiped out. And they're not just going to go to making solar panels. They're going to go to foreign countries like Russia, like, pick your nation, Saudi Arabia, other countries that are going to take our American jobs.
Well, the oil market is a global market. Come on. Congressman, real quick on this. I mean, when you look at all of these policies that you see can be better or are wrong, are killing jobs, can the Republicans do anything about it? I mean, What are you going to do about it? Because you're in the minority, do you just have to roll over on all of this stuff? What's your plan?
Well, the first thing we can do is form a coalition. When you've got the head of the unions saying this is devastating, not just bad policy, but devastating, and will kill millions of American jobs, I think people aren't going to sit back and tolerate it. They're going to raise their hand up. They're going to call their members of Congress. There are Democrat members of Congress that don't want this either, by the way. We're in a slim majority in the House, and with just 5 Democrats joining us, look, 4 Democrats sent a letter to Joe Biden saying that his energy policies are going to devastate jobs. If we can get more of a drumbeat around the nation where people stand up and say, hold on a second, this isn't the uniting policy that you, Joe Biden, promised during the campaign and in your inaugural speech, you're devastating communities all throughout this nation. In Louisiana, the money he takes away from Port Fourchon, for example, and oil drilling, is money that's not going to go to restoring our coast, which is a major environmental issue. He's going to hurt Louisiana's environment. Many communities, Kelly Armstrong filed the bill on Keystone, they're going to lose millions of dollars for their school system. So I hope that he revisits this. We're going to keep raising awareness of what it's going to do to hardworking families.
All right. We will keep watching it. Congressman, it's good to see you. You make really important points. Thank you, sir. Steve Scalise joining us there.